Hey, it's Coach D. Today we're going to be doing our third quarter check in and discussing, are you on track with your goals for 2025 with your finances? All right, so this is not to put pressure on you. This is really just for you to be clear, to see where you are with things. So we're going to get started. All right, so let's get into it. Our third quarter goals. So I'm going to go over a list of things that you can check just to see with your finances where you are and if you're on track. All right, but before we get into it, let's talk about why. Why should we be checking in with our finances? So every now and again, we'll have our little check-ins. I'll talk about checking our finances. This is very important with our finances to check in because it's important to know where we are. Time can get away from us. We can say, I'm going to check, I did check, or I'm good ready to check, or I'm going to check next week. And then next thing we know, 3 months have went by, and then we're afraid to look. We don't want to look because we're fearful of where we are and where we stand. So it's important to check it. So that's why we're talking about it now, okay? So this is third quarter, yes, but it doesn't mean that it's too late for you to hit your goals for this year. There's still time. Don't ever feel like it's too late. Okay, because the time that you're not working on it right now, thinking about it now, if you don't move forward now with working on it, you're preventing yourself from reaching it sooner. You're pushing it back further from getting to your goal. So start now. This is the time. It's never too late. Okay. You don't know when you're going to have your big breaks. So I'm going to go over, I have a list of things to check. I'm going to go over maybe 5 of them. I have a couple. So I'm looking over at my list so I can decide which ones I'm going to, because I pulled a big list. Wrote down a big one, so I'm not sure. I didn't want to have you on here too long, but I'm excited to be back with you all. You know, it's been a while, so this is our second live back since I took a hiatus due to my house fire. But guess what? We're back. So hello, thank you for joining. Welcome. So glad to have you here. If you are new, Talk Tuesday is our weekly segment that we go over, that we have every week at Tuesday at 6 p.m. It's where we have a live discussion of different topics. Okay, so if you've been here before, welcome back. If it's your first time, welcome to Talk Tuesday. All right, so one thing you can check to make sure you're on track is your budget. Have you updated your budget this quarter? Have you updated it this month? So that's another problem that we have with our finances. We have a budget, but we don't update it. When things happen, we should be updating it and adjusting it. If your income changes, you should be updating your budget. Because guess what? Either you have more income, now you can do more things with your finances, or maybe something happened and your income decreased, and you can't do as much. So both reasons would be why we would need to go in and check our budget and make adjustments. Okay, are you on track with a savings goal? Maybe you were working on savings for a certain amount of things, certain amount of money for a particular thing or things. Maybe you have a couple different sinking funds. One could be for vacation. One could be for the holidays. We are going to talk about the holidays probably next month. Not probably, definitely next month, because that's something that we should be thinking about, because that's very important. You know, some people already are planning for their holiday shopping. So anyway, I got off track, but your savings, you should be checking. See how much is in your savings account. See if or check your patterns. Okay, are you someone who puts your money in your savings account and pull it right back out? Are you someone who puts it in there and lets it sit in there? Are you putting it in there and you don't realize that because you're not looking at that account, that fees might be coming out of it, or maybe something else is coming out of it? Not only are you checking to see if your savings is building, you're checking to see what's happening with your account. Okay, so check everything. This is all about checking. All right, let's look into your spending habits. Take a moment to look at your bank statements and see what exactly are you spending your money on? Are you spending on things that are helping you to reach your financial goals? You know, we always talk about, or I always say, I want you to reach and exceed your financial goals while still enjoying life in the process. So I never want you to not do the things that you love and enjoy, right? But we don't want to do so much of it that is preventing us from reaching our goals. So it's okay to, instead of doing something 5 times a week, that you're doing it 3 times a week, because the other 2 days worth of money you would have spent could be going to something else to help you to reach a goal. So that's a little give and take. So that's my whole thing. That's why I teach, and that's how I work with things. I never want you to just completely stop something cold turkey, because that's what we love to do. Why are we hindering ourselves? We need to live and enjoy life now, because we're working or doing things to earn our money now. So we should be able to spend it now also. All right. Debt progress. Let's talk about debt. All right. So with your debt, when's the last time you actually sat down and calculated all your debt? How much do you have in total? Do we know how much we're paying in interest? Do we know how much we owe on what account? Have we taken time to look at, is it going down, or am I paying it and buying more? Am I paying the credit card, spending more? Paying the credit card? Are we in that cycle? So it takes time, because another thing, we're not looking at it. We don't see what we're doing, and as far as how we're holding ourselves back from really reaching our debt payoff goal, right? So it's the third quarter. Like I said earlier, we still have time. So take the time to look, see where you are with your progress. And then it might be a reality check, like, wow, I didn't realize that I'm spending $25 on it every month and I'm paying $25. Or I didn't realize that I'm paying $50 a month on this bill and they're charging me $40 in interest. And then on top of that, I'm spending $20. So in a situation like that, you are working backwards, because you're paying plus the interest they're charging you, plus what you're spending. That's another thing. We need to really be looking at our bills, looking at what we're paying, looking at our interest, check things out. So that's why we're worried about our checking right now. This is why we're focusing on this. This is what I would like for you to do this week. Set your goal for this week to check your items. Let's see. I'm going to give you another one. Holiday prep. And I said we're going to talk about this next month. This is another one that's important. You should already be setting money aside for the holiday. Don't let the holiday come up and throw off everything you have going for the year. Or if you haven't even started yet for, working towards those goals, then you don't want to decide, should I work towards my goals, or am I going to be doing holiday shopping? Holiday shopping should not throw off every plan you have for the year financially. It should not cancel your vacation. It should not set you back. It should not, pay for something, maybe something you've been planning for a while. Or it could be, not pulling from your down payment for your house. Like, oh, I'll start back next year, or I'll wait until I get my income taxes. No. Plan for all things so you can still work towards all things. Anything you wait till the last minute for, you're in jeopardy of allowing that thing to throw off a lot of things for you. So don't do that. So think about the holidays. Like I said, next month, we're going to talk about it in detail. I'm thinking of doing some extra videos for that. So stay tuned for that. But I want that to be in your head now. I want you to be thinking about that now. Think about the holiday. How much you plan on spending? How many people are you going to be buying things for? What your budget is, so then you can really see what you can afford to do. We're going to go over all the things next month, but those are things that you should start to begin to think about now. Okay. The last one, which is kind of cool. All right. So I have on here to check your planner. So last year I had launched my first planner. So, for those of you who have it, if you don't have it, if you're using some sort of a planner, check your planner. Are you looking at your planner every month? Are you looking at your planner every week? Are you jotting things down? Are you putting your budget in there? So mine has a budget in there. Mine has goals. Mine has reflections. So you can go for the week. I set this goal. At the end of the week, I go back and check my goals and write down reflections. Okay, I did this well. I didn't do so well with this, but I can do differently. Mine has motivational quotes. Mine has what else? Quotes. It has a debt payoff chart. It has different savings things in there. It's a lot in there. So right now I have a digital quarter 3 that I have on my website. If you're still needing one, you can go grab that. I think it's like $17, something like that. It might even be less than that. I'm not even sure, but check it out if that's something you are in need of. 2026 will have a new one. Of course, we'll talk about that later because there's plenty of time before we start with that. But we should be using a planner. We should be using something to stay on track with our finances, to be writing down our bills, to make sure we're paying them on time, to actually list out our due dates of our bills, to actually put things. So that's another thing. Mine has, I don't have it right here, and I hate to sidetrack, but mine has stickers with it. Now I want to show you because I use mine, so it's nearby, right? So that's what I want you to do. So my planners come with stickers. I'm not sure if we're going to have the same stickers next year, but it's for you to be active. It's supposed to make it fun. It's supposed to make it enjoyable. It's not supposed to be, oh, I gotta look at my numbers. So if that's something you have, of course the digital ones don't have the stickers, but if you have the physical journal, you have those things. So I would want you to still be using that even in the third quarter. If you put yours down, this is your reminder to pick your journal or your planner up and start working in it. Start working in it. And since I accidentally said journal when I meant to say planner, I'm going to talk about journals. That wasn't my intention, but since I said it, let's talk about it. So let's talk about journals. So you can use financial journals. I offer financial journals as well. I have a journal that I have on my website that you can get, enhancingyourfinances.com, where it comes with 30 days journaling prompts, right? But I also have a Wealth Within challenge, which comes with my, let's see if I have that over here. Yep. I'm showing you guys everything today, huh? So I showed you guys that last week. But this is my Wealth Within challenge. This is something that's very dear to me. I began journaling a little bit deeper, during my time away when I was going through things due to the fire. So, it helped me to create this challenge, which is called the Wealth Within Challenge, where we have 30 days of journaling prompts, but it also includes weekly check-ins that we have live. It's in a group setting. We have 2 coaching calls, one in the beginning, one in the end, and you receive your journaling prompts every day. We have a group setting for us to hop in and talk to each other, throughout the day. If you want to talk, if you don't want to talk, if you're a little private, or if you just want to say, hey, just making sure you guys, still journaling, or whatever you want to say. But our next cohort is going to start August 17th. That's a Sunday. So if you feel like maybe when you do your checkup and you say like, wow, I'm not really where I thought I was, going to be, or I'm not where I wanted to be, I think I need a little financial reset. The challenge is the best place for you. I would say go to my website, enhancingyourfinances.com. On the front page, you'll be able to join the challenge. And then I'll see you on day 1 on Sunday, August 17th. And that will really help you. So the challenge is designed to help you to dig deep, to think about your finances, to see what you're doing, to, say, maybe I'm doing this, but I didn't realize I was doing this. But the different questions will help you to see things differently and to think about things differently. And that's the whole point of it. So when you come out of it way, way, way more clear, understand what you have going on. So after that, you'll have change behavior. We would love change behavior. All right. So I don't know how I got into that. But let's get back on track. This is our, third quarter check-in, seeing where we are with our goals. So, when is it critical? When is it like, oh man, I really should be checking things? You want to be, when you're avoiding your budget and you're not looking at it, or when you're avoiding looking at your bank statements, different things I told you guys to do during this live, right? If you're someone who is, I can't look, then that is telling you that something's wrong. I don't want to, I can't look, I'm fearful of it. I don't like what I'm going to see, or I don't think I'm going to like what I'm going to see. Guess what? It might not be as bad as you think, and you avoiding it, maybe adding more time could make it worse. So I would say just rip the Band-Aid off. Go ahead and look at it. Look at it. Now's the time to turn it around. There is time to turn it around. The year is not over. There are a few months left. Well, more than a few months left. So it's not the end. All right. So I challenge you this week to go in and check your financial goals. Check a few things that we discussed. was a longer list. I went a little deeper into the list than I intended, but go through, check those things out, some of them anyway, see where you are, you know? And before that, check your goals. Did you set financial goals for the year? If not, set some now and be mindful of the year, how much time you have left. And get set, and I would encourage you to not only set some for this year, set some from next year, set some for next year. So you have your next year's goals, right? And then you have this year's goals, and then set it so that reaching the 2025 goals will push you to reach your 2026 goals or line you up to be on track to, like a part 1 and a part 2. So think of it like that. All right. So quarter 3 isn't the end of your story. It's your next chapter. So let's get to it. Let me know in the comments if you're going to accept the challenge and check your third quarter checkup and see where you are with your financial goals. Okay. As always, I thank you for joining me. I thank you for being here for Talk Tuesday. We are here weekly at 6 p.m. Eastern here on YouTube. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to help me to get to my next subscriber goal. And if you know someone who could benefit from this live, definitely share this with them. Let them, enjoy what was helpful for you. All right. So have a wonderful week. I will see you next week. And if you are wanting something a little bit more, I also have a newsletter now. I will put that in the comments. It's a free newsletter, costs you nothing. You just have to subscribe, and it goes out every Thursday, and there are different tips a little bit deeper. So, maybe you might need that. So I'll put the link in the comments to that right after the live. But have a great evening again. Thank you. Look at me keep going and going and going, right? I missed you guys. All right. See you next week for Talk Tuesday.